What's up, people? Today I'm going to be interviewing Saylor Rigsby. He's an up and coming rapper. He's a really cool artist. Uh, I'm obviously doing a voiceover right now, but during the interview, he was really cool. He was really nice. You should definitely check out his music. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. And if you like it, like and subscribe. Please. It means a lot to me. And anyways, let's get on with the video. Hey there.
Dude,
What's up?
how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's nice to finally be able to talk to you.
Of course. Um, so yeah, how tell me about how this is gonna work. I've never done anything like this.
Yeah, me either. Okay, so my plan was just to ask you some of the questions I have here.
Mhm.
Maybe throw in an extra one here and there.
Oh, absolutely. I was studying the questions. I was at a chiropractic appointment. I was reading them. Like I found them on Instagram. I was like just trying to think of what I'd say so I can get like a general basis of like my answer. Um, but I'll try to keep it, like natural. So I didn't like write anything. I just meant like I like kind of know what I'll answer.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. I got you.
Mhm.
All right.
Have you done this before on YouTube or like what do you do? I saw you do like gaming videos.
Yeah, this is my first interview.
What made you decide to want to do an interview?
Man, I see your TikToks a lot, promoting your music, and I
Yeah,
listened to it. I was like, man, it'd be really cool to interview this guy.
thank you.
Of
Okay.
course.
Well, I'm stoked. So let's do it.
All right. Now, I'm sure we all want to know what this first question could possibly be.
Yeah, what is it?
Who are you?
Who am I? Oh, you did change it up. I don't know if that was the first one you had written down. Um, Honestly, that's hard to answer as a 17-year-old boy who still lives with his parents and is, like I guess still reaching for my dreams, but um I feel like I never fit in a lot of places or any places, but I'm really good at rapping and I'm really good at the drums, and those are the two things that I do. And I started playing drums when I was 10 years old. My grandpa taught me, and my dad plays. My grandpa's dad plays, and um, I think I'm trying to say it without sounding corny, but like once I first learned like my first drum rhythm pattern, it just like clicked in my head. I was like, oh shit, this is what I want to do um, with my life, and I fell in love with rapping over a couple years when I was like 10. I listened to a lot of Eminem and like 21 Pilots when I was younger, and that kind of got me into rap. And sorry, that was a long answer, but I would say sorry. I am a aspiring experimental artist, an artist of all forms. I've been getting into a lot of other stuff recently, and I guarantee I will in the future.
I noticed that with your music, you got like different genres, like on certain songs.
Yeah. I really like all genres. People ask me what my least favorite is, and I kind of just give them, like I don't know. I'm not a big fan of like pop country or like old folk stuff or whatever, um, but I really like to do all sorts of stuff. I play in a band. We're playing sludgy metal screaming music, and then I'm over here trying to do my little lo-fi rap singy stuff. And I don't know a lot of other artists who do that, so I feel like I'm unique in that way. Um, but yeah, I like because I feel like when I listen to an album now, which I don't often because I don't have a good attention span, but when I listen to an album now, I feel like it's kind of the same song or the same like type of song, but in a ton of like just slightly different ways. So when I make a project, I like to, have it start off really aggressive or start off really soft, and you're like, okay, what's going on? And then it goes into a metal song or it goes into a hip hop song. And it's just going all over the place because I feel like that's the way I like to make music and express myself, in all sorts of different ways.
I really like the way that you do your music with like the basically lo-fi beat in the background with rapping over it. I
Hmm.
It's hard to come across music like that, and it was really cool finding yours,
Thank you.
of course.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know, because I actually don't listen to a lot of rap, and when I first started posting on TikTok, I would get a lot of comments and be like, "This sounds like Joey Badass," or "This sounds like Mac Miller." Or these other people, like people would say I sound like people. And I'm like, I don't even either know who that is or listen to them. Um, I got Joey Badass a lot with the Not for Long song when I started posting that. People would say that, and I could name like two Joey Badass songs. So I just thought it was interesting that people were comparing me to someone I didn't even know. And I've listened to him, and he's, I mean, I guess they're like similar types of instrumentals, but I feel like my voice is pretty different from his. But um, yeah. So I saw one of the questions you had was like my inspirations. So I guess we'll get to that. But yeah,
We're on our way there. Don't worry. What was the first song that you've ever made?
I was excited to answer this because I have a very weird answer for it. So
Curious.
I, yeah, I've been making music since I learned how to play the drums. I would just play random drum stuff and record and be like, "Oh, that sounds cool." Or I've, I don't, I wouldn't say I play the guitar, but I've been playing it for years, and I would just write random licks or stuff on the piano or whatever. I'm just like, oh, really stupid stuff that would be in any 10-year-old's, voice memos on their phone or whatever. But, um, so to pinpoint an exact first would be hard. I have the first song that I took seriously in my phone and my voice memos. Um, because when I started making music, I started producing it, and I was like 14, and my voice hadn't dropped yet because I just went through puberty late, and I still had a pretty high voice at 14. And I remember I was like, all I want to do is rap and be able to sound like an adult when I make music and not a little kid, so I can be taken seriously. And I just remember week by week, I was like waiting for my voice to drop, and I was so upset. And I would just be producing all these instrumentals and weird stuff. I couldn't do anything with it because I was like, I sound like a little kid. And I still made a few songs with that voice, but I was young, so I just made silly, goofy songs that I didn't really do anything with, like with my friends. But one of the first times I ever started taking it seriously, I recorded a song, and it's on like a really lo-fi beat. Um, and I like had a low voice pitch filter on, so my voice sounded really deep because I was still like insecure about it, even though it kind of dropped. And I just slowly started making more stuff. So I would say my first actual song that I tried taking seriously, it's in my phone. I think it's called Octogono. Uh, and and that's when it was just kind of a song about like depression, but I was still kind of like wacky about it. Um, the first song I have on SoundCloud that's like public is called Green Fiend, and it's on like a little EP I think called Electric Stems. And I have some beats on SoundCloud that are like really old, but then after like the first rapping track I have is that, and it's a song about it's about this guy who beat me up in my freshman year of high school for like almost no reason, like in the bathroom, and I was just kind of like I guess making fun of him in the song. I got over it. It wasn't that big of a deal, but I was kind of I guess dissing him in the song, but I called it Green Fiend because he's a hothead. And I think there's a couple other songs on that little EP collection too that I like kind of rapped and sang on. But that was my first public thing. My first song on Spotify right now is the Arizona Tea song. And I think that song is special because it's not exactly obviously my first one, but I think that was the first song I made that I realized I was like, oh, I'm actually kind of good at this. Like I remember listening to it and being like, oh, okay, this is the direction I'm going. This is how I do this. And I think that song kind of and a ton of people at like school liked it, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know people like not a ton, like a couple of guys came up to me, and I was like, oh shit, okay, people actually like this. Like my friends liked it too, and before they didn't really comment on it, but they started liking it, and I was like, okay, I'm getting into the hang of this. Um, so that's why that song's special, even though it's not the exact first, but it's the first one out on like streaming platforms. Um, so yeah, that's my very long answer.
I'll have to check out Green Fiend.
Yeah, there's a ton of old songs on SoundCloud.
I
Not very good, but they're there.
I remember when I was trying to find some of your music to use in a video, SoundCloud popped up.
Hmm.
I remember seeing some songs that I've never heard of before.
Yeah, I have so many. I don't know if I'm assuming you haven't heard them all, but I have so many, and I have so many that are still like just in my phone or on my music program. And I think every artist has like probably 400, songs that either aren't finished or they just never do anything with. But I'm one of those.
The unreleased archive tracks.
Oh yeah, I might do that. That's the idea I've had for SoundCloud. Just putting a ton of. Actually, I do. I have a. I don't know if I don't even think I've advertised this. I have a, second. I can screen share if you want. I have a second profile that I've put some music on called Say Dory. Here, actually, that's the wrong screen.
Second
Um,
profile.
yeah, second thing. There's an Instagram for it too, and this is on all platforms. But I've just put some songs on here. This is the discography for that. They're not very good, but I have an album on here of just these are all songs I just never did anything with. Um, but I thought were cool. So you should check that out. It's a free plug for my other persona guy.
I'll definitely have to check it out.
Yeah.
How did you come up with Not For Long?
So that song, I listened to all the songs you mentioned in the car, on my way driving to my house a few minutes ago, so I could prepare myself. Not for long, I made like right when I turned 16. It was either a few days before or after my birthday, right when we moved into this house. And I remember I had seen a nature documentary in my science class at school like a few weeks prior. I was just thinking about it for those few weeks, and I was so pissed off. Um, I don't even remember exactly what it was about, but it was kind of showing the earth, crumbling into pieces, and these forest fires and these terribly managed trash piles just spread all over the earth, and pesticides in the plants that we're eating and going into our foods and all that. And I'm really bad at paying attention at school, but that caught my eye, and I was like, "What the hell? This is terrible." And I found that beat by Lethal Needle on YouTube, and I just made it. It wasn't I when I was making it, I wasn't like, "Oh, this is gonna be my most popular song. This is really good." I was just like, "Oh, okay, I'm spitting some raps about the earth." I actually didn't like it as much as the other two songs on that like EP that it's on with Static Moist and Right Past. I didn't even like that song. I liked the Static Moist song better. But now I see, like, now looking back at it, I'm like, okay, that's a pretty good song, and it's like sonically really nice to listen to. Um, but I also have a lot of critiques about it because that song is almost 2 years old. So it's kind of weird to go back and listen to it.
I really like the song. I think it's pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um, Inspiration for Static Moist.
Yeah, I listened to that one too because I haven't listened to that one in a very long time. I don't really promote it. I think I'll say this. That song when I was listening to it a minute ago, I was kind of cringing at it. So I feel like I was being a little too abrasive. I liked the distorted voice and the hard hitting like instrumental, but I think I was trying a little too hard to be like I guess edgy and come off like fuck this, fuck that. Uh, so I thought it was I still believe in what I was saying in the song, and it's still just like a kind of a wacky sporadic expression of emotion, which is what static moist means, which is like I made that up. Um, but I think that song was just me. I made that like literally I think the same day I made Not For Long, and I was pissed off in my room. We had just moved into this house, and I had like an unfinished room, and I was like sick, and I didn't have any of my shit, and I was just sitting at my desk, just like yelling into the whatever my old mic is, my AT 2020 with like a sock on it, and I just uh, was angrily yelling over the beat. But I still have a lot of critiques about that song. But I think I wasn't even inspired. I found that instrumental, and I yelled on it with distortion because I thought it would sound cool, and I talked about my feelings.
If you could go back and change something about either Not For Long or Static Moist, what would you change about it?
Um, I think I think in Not For Long I did that like that kind of high pitched voice, which isn't my voice. You could tell right now. I don't know if you were surprised, but every time someone meets me, it's like, wait, your voice just sounds way different. But I was doing like the well, capture you and grabs you. I was like doing the really high pitch. So maybe I'd change it to a little more natural voice, but I was still kind of trying to find my stuff, and my style. And then yeah, like I said, Static Moist. I think I would change to be a little more mature. I think I was just kind of trying to be crazy for the sake of being crazy rather than like being crazy artistically, if that makes sense.
I see what you mean.
Mhm.
What made you want to make the song Angel Dust?
That song, I've been producing a lot of my newer stuff, but these songs that you're talking about, I didn't make the instrumentals for. But Angel Dust, I found on YouTube, scrolling through samples and beats and stuff, and I found that, and the beat is really simple. It's just the Angel Dust, the girl singing it, and then the bass line and the drums. So it's not a lot going on. And the original beat on YouTube's only like a minute long, and I found that I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. And it had like 100 views. Like it was very popular. I was like, okay, I can do something cool with this. Um, and I mean, it's Angel Dust because that was the sample that was used, but I kind of tried to bounce off of that and make the song about um, like a guy taking PCP and angel dust and cocaine, and just kind of making the angel dust the what metaphor for depression or whatever, or craziness. And I did that, and I was like, okay, the song's a little too serious. So I had my friend ex Hood, his name's Randy. And I was like, okay, this beat fits him so perfectly. So I had him do a verse on it, and I think it's awesome. And actually, I am going to see him. He lives in New York. I'm going to see him March of next year, and we're going to be recording a ton of music videos for me, including Angel Dust. So there will be an Angel Dust music video and remix. Um, but yeah, that I think that song is more for fun, and that song I was making with the thought of like, okay, I think this will be like a popular one that I think people will enjoy because the kind of catchy hook. But yeah, that song I was having a little more fun with. I like doing it.
I can't wait for those music videos.
Yeah,
Um, how'd you get the picture for the whole album Angel Dust is on?
the Messy album that is that is a picture of me when I was 10 years old, and I begged my mom for months and months to dye my hair, and she had a friend that like did that because that shit's very expensive,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, no, 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 that's too much money. And but we I guess she found out she knew someone who could do it, and we put blue all over in my hair, and I'm looking at it right now. I put it like I kind of look ridiculous and dead, but that's because I was 10 years old and I was staying up all night playing video games. But I just thought it was a cool picture. I think some of these songs are about. I have some childhood lyrics in there, and I thought it actually I was kind of inspired by Drake and 21 Savage's "Is It Your Loss?" Is that what it's called?
I'm not sure.
They have an album of that girl with she's just like smiling and with like the pink background, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. It's really raw, which is why I liked it. Um, like it's not like a super professional like animated picture because I don't really like stuff like that. And I was like, okay, this picture was taken almost 8 years ago, and it's just of me staring into the camera awkwardly. I kind of like it. Um, so yeah, that's me as a 10-year-old.
After you described the album cover, I knew what you're talking about. Just took me a second. I didn't like know the name. I sent my best friend, who I do like all my videos with, Angel Dust, and he thought that the picture was me. He said it looked like me when I was younger.
Do you look like that in that picture? I feel like I don't even look like it.
I
Yeah.
don't think I have any pictures of me like that, but I used to have like longer hair up front, and it was like usually dyed.
Yeah.
I think
Like,
that's just
was
like
did it have like the YouTuber 2016 haircut?
absolutely.
Every guy's been through it. It's okay.
It's just it's a
I fuck
common
with it.
phase.
Yeah, I like it. I'll do it right now.
What is your least favorite song?
Um, I'm very open to all sorts of types of music, and that was hard because I was thinking about that. But I'd probably say that song with Tom McDonald and Ben Shapiro, because that shit was ridiculous. Um, and I think that guy's a moron. But even though I hate it and it's probably my least favorite song, I still will listen to it sometimes just to laugh and because I think it's ridiculous. I guess some songs by that sexy red girl I don't really like. I don't. Um, yeah, those would probably be my two things. That Ben Shapiro. I'll say the Ben Shapiro and Tom McDonald song. That's my least favorite song
What song do you wish you didn't make?
of mine.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a really good question. I don't know if actually okay, no, I do have one. I have a song called I have a song on my album Planet Planet, which is not one that I talk about or advertise much or that's very known, but
I like that album.
oh you do? Do you
Yeah, it's a good
know
one.
the 12th song called Song?
Hold on, let me pull it
You,
up real quick.
you know that one?
I think so. Pulling it up right now.
Do you use Spotify or what?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, let
So do
me.
I.
12 song. Yeah, song.
Yeah. So that song I made whenever this came out, almost a year and a half ago. I made that about an ex-girlfriend of mine. Um, I like me and her broke up, but we, started talking again, and I think I made that because I had a false conception of what lust or love was, but I made that, and my friends and girlfriend now all make fun of me for it, but it's deserved. It's a pretty corny song where I'm trying to sing and I just can't sing at all. I'm like using auto tune over the guitars and drums, and it's terrible. And I had a lot of laughs from it because it's like ridiculous. But I would say I wish I didn't release it. You can't delete at least through the distributor I use, which is DistroKid. You can't delete like one project off of a release. So I can't delete the song. So I just kind of have to accept that it's there because I don't want to delete the whole album. So I'm just living with the fact that I did that, and that was my choice.
That song will forever be on my playlist.
Really, you like that song?
Dude, all your songs are good.
Man, well, thank you. I
I have them
appreciate it.
all on my playlist for when I'm at school, or really
You
anything.
can't, you don't have one you would say is terrible because I feel like it's so versatile. I feel like there's got to be one.
Dude, I can't think of any that I disliked.
Well, listen to the old SoundCloud ones and maybe you'll change your mind.
All right, I'll definitely check them out.
hmm
I'll have to. What was your favorite song to make?
Oh, let me think about that. That's a very good question.
There's a lot of
I
songs
make
to
all
choose
the.
from.
You said a lot of songs.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs to choose from.
Yeah. um, Actually, the new ones, the 1%, that was really fun to do because that beat. I made that instrumental. Do you know that one?
Dude, I love that one. That one's really good.
Yeah, so I made that. I wrote that melody on bass. I was just playing around on the bass. It was like the first thing I played. I just it's like, oh, whoa, that's sick. And I recorded it into the system and put the horns and the piano and then I did the synthesizer, which is like the lead thing in there. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. And it's very different from stuff I've done before. And it's kind of more, it almost sounds like a garage band beat. Like it's not even like a crazy beat. It's just like I don't know. It almost sounds like tacky, but I think that's what makes it cool. Because I was like screaming on the chorus. Um, and I wrote that song about evil billionaires, and I had so much fun writing the verses for it. Because I just thought they were really like silly and just fun to make, and I loved doing the chorus because I did like 30 layers for it, so I just got to yell that chorus over and over in like 30 different ways. Um, if you want to, I thought it'd be cool later if I could show some. I have all the files for all my songs. If you want to hear like vocal takes or anything like that, I can show you because I love showing people that. But anyways, that song 1% was really fun, and then that glorious song with my friends was really fun to do because we were just all in a Discord call, and I made that beat, and they're like, "Oh my God!" And we all like sent each other our verses for it, and we thought it was awesome. So those two were really fun to make. I enjoyed making Angel Dust and stuff, but a lot of the songs I have, I don't like remember making. I liked making the Without Trust We Are Nothing because I got to do that with my sister. Um, so yeah, I would say Without Trust We Are Nothing and 1% were my favorite to make.
Those are some really good songs. I really like 1%. That one, probably one of
Thank you.
my top 10 favorites.
Sorry, someone trying to call me.
You're good.
Um,
I would also love to hear the files that you have.
Hey, I can't call when I decline the phone. That means I can't call. I am recording. Okay, send it to me. I'm like in a call with some. I can't. I'll show. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. You're being a pussy. Literally listen to it for 10 seconds. I don't. Okay, I gotta go. I'll call you back. I'm sorry. That was my bandmate. I love him and he loves me,
You're good, man.
but he
You're
likes
good.
to call me a lot. Sorry. Okay, yeah. Well, you said you want to hear the files.
Absolutely. Should that
Do you
be
have any other
like?
questions, or do you want to jump into
Should
that?
should we check out the files now, or should that be like an after the questions thing?
I was gonna say like, we can do the questions and then show these.
Sure. Let's go with that one.
All right,
How do you make your beats?
cool. So I use Logic. I use Logic Pro X, and I bought it for I think maybe for 4 years ago, and I I use Splice, which is a like a sample finder thing. Um, and I use this little keyboard guy right here, and I can put whatever sound I want onto here. And I have a few guitars and a few basses from playing in a band, and I actually have a lot open to me, which can sometimes be hard. I feel like some people make the best music when they're limited, like a lot of old rock songs where they just had a drum set and a guitar, but they make some of the best songs ever because that's all they had. So it can be overwhelming to have like any sound in the world accessible, even with like YouTube MP3s. I can really just get anything, so that can be hard to like harness creatively when you have so much in front of you. Which you wouldn't think it is that way, but it is. Um, but yeah, I really just I'm inspired sometimes, but I have the most fun making instrumentals and beats when I just like dive headfirst into random shit and hope it sounds good, and that's what I've done for some songs.
I see. I see. Hmm. This is a quick checkpoint. Subscribe if you're still watching. Question that I just don't have written down. Do you ever plan on going on
Mhm.
tour?
Absolutely. I've played some shows with my band. We've probably played about 15 or so shows, and that's really fun to do. But I hopefully soon, within the next couple years, want to do shows for me. The reason I'm waiting so long is because I want to have I have stage experience, but it's very different from being in the back on a drum set to being in the front and the only person on stage. Um, and it's different when you don't have a band playing the music, and I either have to have a backing track or someone on the drums and bass or whatever. So it's a lot different to like set up as an independent artist. Um, but absolutely, the when I have an actual like bigger fan base and money and all that to be able to do that, I will totally do that because I love performing. Um, and that's just a way to spread my music around. And I think I have a lot of ideas I have for shows and stuff I want to do that I think will be very awesome.
I think it'd be really cool to be able to interview you in person, either before
Oh
or after
yeah,
a show.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Tell me, who or what is your main inspiration for making music?
That changes so often because I have like a few artists that I like, or I have several artists I like to listen to. But I've been inspired by songs by artists I don't even like, or I've been inspired by songs that I listened to one time and never listened to again. Um, one of my favorite rappers of all time is Eminem, and I will get made fun of for that, but I'm very inspired by him, and I think he's very good. I do listen to Lil Darky. I get comments of sounding like him
I
probably
remember.
4 times a day.
I remember
Yeah.
one time I did
Um,
comment that.
I actually do want to answer that because that is a whole thing to talk about. Bo Burnham is an artist that I really like and respect. Big L. Tyler Creator is a very big inspiration for instrumentals. Um, and the White Stripes are my favorite band, and I take inspiration from them, even though they're obviously not making rap music. But I still take inspiration from their songs, but just twist it into it, being hip hop. Um, but yeah, those are some of them. But I'm also inspired by like pictures and places and movies and videos and animations and stuff. So it's hard to pinpoint like a couple things, but those are some examples.
Okay, okay. I remember growing up, Eminem was a big thing in my household. He
Hmm.
would never not be playing all the time, either
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
or someone else similar, like Dr. Dre
yeah,
or you know
yeah, yeah,
someone along those lines.
yeah.
How do you come up with your lyrics?
So, um, I without being cocky, I do want to. I would say that I'm pretty good at coming up with lyrics pretty fast and writing really fast. I'm not good at freestyling. I wish I was. I'm very impressed by people who can do that, and I wish I could do it. Um, but I can write lyrics pretty fast. I think I just have a good ear for like tempo and flow and rhythm. And I talk a lot. I would say I'm actually introverted, but I still with the people I'm close to, I talk a lot, and I talk without thinking a lot, which has got me in trouble. But it can be a good thing for rap because I think I think a lot too. So I have a lot of thoughts that are always spiraling, and I think I just am somehow naturally good at like rhyming. I don't know. I must have picked it up from just listening to a lot of rap, but I don't know. It comes pretty easy. I don't yeah, I don't know. It just kind of spills out of me. That's a hard question to answer.
Okay, okay. I I feel pretty much the same about like being introverted but talking a lot with the people I'm close to. I feel
Hmm.
like it's just how a lot of people are nowadays.
Hmm. Yeah, with social media, dude, everyone's rotting their brains and making them socially awkward.
Tell me. I feel like okay, there's one question I have. I feel like you basically already answered earlier, which was what made you want to start making music. I feel like that was basically answered
Hmm.
already.
Hmm.
Do you like making music?
I do. I was actually going to ask you why you were asking that question. I thought that was interesting that you're wondering that.
There's some
Um,
people that make music and they just don't like doing it.
like that you know,
Uh,
or just like you've seen.
I've heard a lot about some people making music but not liking doing it, but just doing it for the money.
That's interesting and also ridiculous because music does not pay very well unless you're incredibly famous. No, I absolutely love making music. That's like that is the only thing I want to do in my life. Um, without sounding too corny, it is my dream. And yeah, I like making it. Like baffles me that people make it and it's like almost insulting or offensive because I feel like it's a like a it's, is art. So for people to make it and be like, I don't even care about it, it's like, well then why the hell are you doing it?
Well, I mean,
No, I love making music.
well, that's good. There are some artists out there that make a painting or a song or really anything and they just don't like it.
Well, that's interesting, and I wish they could transfer their music making skills to someone who wants to do it but isn't very good at it.
What would you do, or what do you do when you don't make music, or if you didn't?
So, like, what would I do if I didn't make, or like in my free time, what do I do?
Both.
In my free time, I don't have a big group of people that I hang out with, but I have my small few people, and I'm with them a lot, mostly because two-thirds of that is my band. Um, so, but that's usually music. Um, I write a lot. I, I really do, I really don't do a lot. I have my job, I have school that I'm still in. I'm in a very strange place in my life as I'm becoming an adult. Um, where I have free time, but I'm trying to spend it to have this music stuff be able to pay off in my future. Um, I write I write to music when I'm not making music. So yeah, I really don't. Besides seeing people, going out and enjoying other people, I really don't do much if I'm not. sitting on my phone in my bed, which I hate doing.
Hmm. You say you're in high school. What grade? What year?
I'm a senior, and right now I'm in this um, credit recovery program, but I'm there just because I have some personal troubles with school. But I'm only there from 7:30 in the morning to 11:40 or 10:45. So it's very nice because I get the rest of my day to obviously I have a job, so I work too, but it's all like online. So I get to do that really easily, and that gives me more time to do music, obviously. But yeah, I'm a senior in high school and I'm turning 18 soon and hopefully getting a full-time job while also doing music, and I'm also working on stuff with a band. So I'm in a weird place of balancing a ton of stuff, but I'm enjoying it because this is what I want to do.
That'll be a lot to juggle at once, man.
hmm I'm a productive person though. I think I'll do good at it.
Well, I'm a severely unproductive person.
Yeah.
I have
You
two
set this up.
videos. Huh? Well, yeah.
You have two.
I have two videos that I still need to edit.
hmm
I don't know when that's gonna happen. And they're pretty
It's all
decent
right
videos
editing.
too. I'm just lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Editing is hard. I used to make videos too, like years ago, and editing is so hard to like get yourself to do when you're not in the mood to do it. I don't know how people
Sometimes
do that.
I can like edit several videos in a night. Other nights I don't even want to
Yeah, I
touch it.
just can't.
I'll
Yeah,
look at it
I get it.
and just not wanna.
Yeah,
But I
yeah, I
need
get
to
it.
make more content. I need to be consistent.
Oh yeah.
I feel like we
hmm
went over that already. My next question
hmm
was gonna be, "What's your story?" But you kind of went over that with how you
Yeah, I
got
think I went
into
over that.
music making and all that.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose I have one last question written down, and I
All
might
right.
have a few more off the top of my head.
hmm
What song do you wish was more popular?
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna look on my Spotify here. So I have so many, and it's hard to choose one. I should have chosen before you asked me, because it might take me a second. Um, Actually, there's a song called Angel. Okay, I'll pick this as one of mine. There's this song called Angel's Trumpet on my Imperfect album. And it is mixed terribly because this album was a pain in the ass to release because it didn't release on the release date. I had like 100 people waiting, just didn't come out. My distributor messed me up. Um, and during all that, I went through and edited some of the songs. And on that Angel's Trumpet song and the breakdown, I don't know if you know that song, but there's a breakdown where it kicks in this guitar solo and the bass was so loud on there. I was like, oh shit, well, good thing I'm re-uploading this whole thing. I'll just turn the bass down. But I was in such a bad mood. I was like, oh damn it. And I just swung the bass level all the way down. So there's like no bass on that song, and it makes me really upset because I think if I mix that better, that'd be such a great song, but it's mixed really bad. So it doesn't sound very good. So I might remake that song in the future because I wrote that guitar solo and I think it's beautiful. See, one of the only songs I wrote on paper. So I do a lot of my writing on my phone, which I don't like doing. I prefer it on paper, but it's just easier to do it on your phone. But I wrote that song on paper. It's really short, but and I kind of sang, and I can't really sing very well, but I did it. I'm getting better though, so I think I'm gonna re-record that song. Um, and on the topic of not being able to sing, I have a single called "Falling," and that was very different. That was inspired by a Tyler the Creator song. And that song also I'm singing, but it's very still pretty pitchy, but I think it's really cool. And there's really good guitar solo and at the end. And then one more is a single I have called Sound. Um, and that is a very sad song, but I think it's I don't know, I promote it a little bit, but not a lot of people, it's not very popular. I would say those three.
I thought Sound was pretty good. Not gonna
Thank
lie.
you.
I think a lot
Thank
of your
you.
songs are pretty good.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. Oh man, I had a question. I forgot it.
It's okay. I'll start here. I'll start pulling up my files. You think of the questions. What songs do you want to hear like stuff. I don't. I can show you like the vocal takes for songs or whatever. I can show you whatever you want to hear.
I'd love to hear them.
What song do you want? I'll choose any here.
Hmm. Let me look at Spotify real
There,
quick.
there's a ton of layers and 1%. Those would be funny to listen to if you want.
Well, let's go with that one.
All right. Yeah. These are embarrassing because I each individual vocal take is so weird. Okay, here. Let me know if you can hear. I'm gonna screen share on here.
All right.
You hear it?
I do.
All right, cool. Let's see. Well, this is my program. This is what this song looks like in the program.
How to get so
Oh yeah, I had
confused.
to. I mean, like I said, I had this for like 4 years, so I kind of got it, but there's just so much. Yeah, there's so much stuff. It's not as confusing as FL Studios, dude. That stuff is really. But here's the drum loop. Goes throughout the whole song. Here's the. This is being weird. Here's the bass line I wrote. Um, let's see. Is it too loud or too quiet or is...
Sounds pretty good.
All right. Um, here's the instruments for it. It sounds so evil.
The song got
You're all
stuck in my
high.
head just because of how good it sounds.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, here's the acapella for the last chorus. Everybody just wants to be like me. I can't take it anymore, so I try to forget that I'm evil and people don't like me at all. So I think I'll reveal I can make them fall. Everybody just wants to be like me. I can't take it anymore. You can tell I cannot sing very well. Oh wait, wait, I didn't even get all of them.
Dude, it sounds really good. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, thank you. Everybody just wants to be like me. I can't take it anymore, so I try to forget. Yeah, if I sell it like one. Everybody just wants to be like me. I can't take it anymore, so I try to forget that I'm evil and people don't like me at all. So I think I'll reveal I can make them fall. I'm not very on pitch. Just wants to be like me. I can't take it anymore, so I try to forget.
It sounds so good when they're all put together.
Yeah, and it like sounds so trashy when it's by himself, but when they're all put together, it sounds really cool. Which I think is interesting. I do that on a lot of songs because I'm not a great singer. Everybody just wants to be like me. Here, I can show you some of the verse acapella. I'm making that big stack. Oh yeah, money. I'm making that so I kick back and relax. Don't need tax. I'm a B in the 1%. Making more than anyone as 1%. Hell yeah. And now I'm growing money on trees. It's funny to beat it like a dick. Stop coming to me. I'm a villain, so I'm teaching a civilian how to make a million. I do not really care how you're feeling. I'm a killer. I'm a killer. I'm a kill him because I can. I guess nobody can see the redness up on my hands. I'm a yeah.
Lyrical
So there's
genius.
that. Thank you. What's another song you want to see? I'll show you anything. I'll show you. I have it all.
Hold on, let me use my brain for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, what's my all-time favorite song that you've made? Hold on, I gotta look real quick. Ooh,
I actually am curious.
one that I've been listening to a lot. I mean, like a lot is it. Every time I look for you on YouTube, it's the first song that pops up for me. You Are Not Special. I love that song. It's so good.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll bring that up. Thank you. I made that with my friend Eric, who lives in California, and that was fun to make. I made the instrumental. Here, wait. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Do you hear it?
I do.
All right. I actually I usually I write my lyrics right here, so you can see them all right here.
Okay.
Sample drum, sample stuff, but I put some. And here's another example of singing, and I'm not very good at singing, but when it's put all together, it sounds all right. I cannot relate with this language, it's tasteless. I am met to face people that are still faceless. I am met some closed minds, I bet that they'll hate this. The sheep, I am the craziest. Straight left from the
basic. This is just a vision of the mind, is what you make this. Listen to me, you can find your way better.
It
Here's a
sounds
rap.
so
It
good.
can take
Thank you.
It can take a scattered brain to make a simple thought. Used to wanna have my way, now I'm pissing off. I get lost in the puzzle of the pattern of the earth. From the matter to the dirt, from the ladder of your birth. Climbing out in the air, fresh breeze and no care. That's the reason that we're here, to explore with no fear. That's the reason we fight, why we see in the light. Not alike is me and you, so I know it's alright.
Do you want to hear his chorus, Solo?
I'd love to.
You are not special, getting misdirected all night, 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 all night. Find out nothing matters. Got an empty platter of life, of life, of life, of life. How's life, how's life, how's life?
Here's a cool thing. I don't know if it's easy to tell, but at the end I did a layer with him on the chorus right here, as you can see.
You are not special, getting misdirected all night, 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 all night. Find out nothing
It
matters.
sounds so good.
Here. Thank you. Here, this will be cool to show you. Wait.
Lost in the
Here's some other. So I don't have this often, but these things right here are different takes I did, but they're muted. So this is an idea I had for the second verse that I didn't do. I was gonna try singing, I didn't like it, and then these are just other takes. So if I use this take, the song would sound like this.
It can take a scattered brain to make a simple thought. Used to wanna have my way, now I'm pissing off. I get lost.
You can tell it's a little bit different.
Pattern of the earth, from the matter to the dirt.
I tried this one,
From the ladder of your birth, climbing out in the air, fresh
and then I got this one.
breeze and no care. That's the reason that we're here.
And then this part right here looks like I once did a singy part, which I don't even remember this, but let's see.
I get up sometimes so upset. I cannot lie, wish I could forget. You cannot
Yeah.
lose what you get. Don't feel bad then, do not ever let.
It's a shame that they're
Yeah.
muted. It sounds so good.
Well, thank you. I don't know. I hear that and I think it sounds not good.
Dude,
I think if I
I
what?
think it would sound amazing.
well, thank you. Maybe I'll try to sing a little more. I'm taking some lessons,
All right.
so
all
hopefully I'll
right.
be good. Yeah.
That sounds good.
Well, thank you. Are there anything else you want to hear? I have it all.
Let me think. Let me think. Let me go.
Mhm.
Let me look for my second favorite song.
You would say that You're Not Special is your favorite?
I'd have to. It's so good.
All right.
There's a lot of
Alright, thank
songs
you.
that you made that I really like. They're in my top 10, top 20. They're in my
Uh-huh.
top, but I gotta say, You Are Not Special is so good. What about
Thank you.
Stairs?
Oh my God, it's such an old song.
I-
Wow.
I really like Stairs.
Okay. So that song, that was one of I made that around when I made Arizona Tea, and that was another one of the songs. It's like, okay, I'm getting somewhere. I also did that kind of higher, like, how did I do this? Here, that
I'm seeking
seek it out. Kind of trying to have a high pitch. Let's see.
out for numbers, creeping out from under. Why sneak out? I wonder. Keep an eye for thunder, keep an eye on my hunger. I was built for this Lego. Opposition may flow, opposition may go. Opposition gone, where the fuck did they go? All by myself, I don't need an alliance. I'm teaching myself, but they don't teach in science.
it
Like
sounds
finance
so
reliance,
good.
pretending it's fine when it's not.
Thank you. I think if I could change something about this song, I'd redo it. Maybe I can redo it for fun with my voice now, but I feel like if I remade this now, my voice would sound like so different.
I would never.
I can do the chorus.
No one deserve my love and my affection. Why is life something I before I go? I hope something I say impacts someone that I know.
Actually,
It's
I don't love this song, but this lyric right here is something it was one of my favorite things I wrote. This.
Before I go, I hope something I say impacts someone that I know.
I wish I delivered it differently. I think it sounds kind of ridiculous, but I like the way that I like that line that before I go, I hope something I say impacts someone
that
is.
part stood out to me so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like
Thank
it.
you.
Show either we live in a simulated reality. I'm seeking out first, and the hearse is a place thirst. Meanwhile, while everyone acting senile, I wake up so I see
Lips.
now. Demons are eating me out.
These are funny. Here, these are hard to hear in the actual song. I didn't even know I did that in the song.
Up so I see now. Demons are eating me out. I need that hell head, keep myself fed. Nobody who I knew felt bad. Nobody who I knew wanted to help, but if I needed help, I would have said. I'm seeking out for numbers, creeping out from under.
That one's fun. That's a cool song.
I like that one. I'm pretty sure in the video I made using your music in it,
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure I used Stairs.
You did?
I used a lot of songs actually.
Okay. Oh yeah, I watched some of that video. I think I just remember hearing. I didn't know you used multiple. That's cool.
I think I have the audio files real quick. Let me take a look. Let me.
Here, I'll pull up the Angel Dust file because that's a fun song.
Alright, videos. No, wrong one. There we go. I have Angel Dust, Anxious. Anxious is really good. I really like that song. I have
Thank you.
Not For Long, Pessimist, Stairs, Static Moist, and You're Not Special.
All right. Thank you.
Those
I
are
like
all
it.
so good.
Thank you.
I loved being able to use them in my video.
Yeah. Hey, you can use them whenever you want.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't care. Why? Why would I say no to that?
I don't know. I'll definitely give you credit in the description though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you. Here's the Angel Dust chorus.
God knows I'm fucking full lust. The pain I feel from when taking angel dust, beware of the painful lust to bust and make you bluff and rough and tough and wreck up all your stuff. Your brain is much and fried, stuff with stuff up to your eye. You try to cry but find inside you want to see some people die. Crazy hectic.
Wait, let me try turning no effects on.
When taking angel dust, beware of the painful lust to bust and make you bluff and rough and tough and wreck up all your stuff. Your brain is much and fried, stuff with stuff up to your eye. You try to cry but stuff with stuff up to find it.
Here, this is how much vocal effects and stuff like change.
Want to see some people die. Crazy hectic, not a single person skeptic. That
It changes it a lot.
It definitely sounds way different.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have. Is there anything else you want to hear before we conclude?
Maybe. I don't know. On your TikTok, I see you promote Angel Dust a lot.
Yeah, that song's an easy one to promote. I do have a bad habit though of only promoting like a few songs. I've been trying to promote more.
You gotta promote the songs that are less listened to.
Yeah, yeah,
Gotta give them more reach, you know?
yeah. A lot of songs I just don't like or I don't think are good enough to promote. I still do think I have a lot of pretty good songs, so I need to start doing that more.
I really like your music. I have one final question.
All right, I'm ready.
What are the odds that I could get you, whenever you have free time, to either like make a beat or a song or whatever for like an intro or outro to my videos?
That could be cool. Just like like a jingle.
Just anything.
Like specifically for your stuff, like with your name in it or something.
Sure. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I could possibly do that. You'd have to give me a lot of information on it because I'm like I said, I'm always doing stuff, but if I find the time, I would love to do that.
All right. I'll try and write some stuff down that I think would sound good.
All right.
Well, it was nice interviewing you. It was nice technically meeting you.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think
nice to
that-
meet you.
I think that this has been pretty cool.
I think it has been too. Yeah, no, like I'll talk to anyone. I don't know if I don't know. I was just like, yeah, I'll do it. Who cares? Why not? It's fun. I appreciate it.
Of course.
And I'll do. We can do a part 2 someday.
I would love to do a part 2.
Yeah.
Well,
All
I
right.
think that concludes this interview.
All right. Thank you very much.
Of course. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.
I did. It was very fun. I like explaining myself. So it was nice to be able to do that.
All right. I really hope you guys
Cool.
enjoyed the
Of course, you got it.
interview with Saylor Rigsby. Hopefully, I can get him on again sometime, or maybe just in a random video. Who knows? Who knows? Whenever he has free time would be the best. But you guys should definitely check out his music. He's a really cool guy. He was really nice. I really enjoyed the interview. And if you made it to the end, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Yeah.